So let's begin with your starting energies and your oracle card and just kind of see what we've got going on here. So to begin with, you have the desert. Okay. Wow. But it's sort of interesting energy to start with. I'm going to try to touch upon this in a number of different ways, because for some of us, we are looking to welcome in new love. For others of us, like, you might be in a connection already, or you might have your mind on a connection or your heart set on a particular connection. And then others of us might be like closing out cycles when it comes to relationship. It could be that you might have a little inkling that you need to move away from the current connection that you're in, or maybe you've just ended something and you kind of want to know like what steps to take next now that you've come to this place of ending. So let's talk about it from all of those perspectives, and also feel free to tailor the messages to kind of a way that fits you, that fits your particular scenario, because we are all at different phases of this, yet we all find ourselves at each of these phases at one time or another. So looking at this desert energy, I just feel very strongly that Spirit wants to highlight some area of your past, or an area that you are currently feeling like your romantic life is settled in. So this desert energy makes me think of a drought. This could be, for some of you, that when it comes to your romantic life, you're like feeling like there's nothing to speak of. There is no action, like you're in a drought, and maybe you've been single for a long time. This could even be something that you joke about a lot, like what love life, what romance, like it's just non-existent to you. And this is kind of your attitude or your approach when it comes to this idea of love or romance. So I really feel like your guides are trying to highlight either a particular mindset when it comes to love, or kind of what's been going on in the recent past for you, or for some of you, not so recent past. If you've been single for a little while, if you've been searching for something for a while, it could just feel like you're in the desert, like there's just no sustenance, there's no activity, there's no action. I feel like a lot of you may have felt lonely for a long time and kind of wish that someone would come into your life, and just feeling this sense of almost being deserted, or yeah, that's coming through. So for some of you, this could have began because of the end of a relationship, but maybe this feeling of loneliness or being deserted is prevalent for you. For others of you, this idea of the drought could signify that really, despite your attempts, so maybe you do date, maybe you have started up some connections. So despite the attempts that you've made, it's like this feeling of just not finding what you've been looking for. So maybe you have talked to several people, but like nobody's hitting the mark, nobody's checking the box. Yeah, just you're not finding what you were hoping to find in romantic partners. It could even, for some of you, start to feel like that person isn't out there. Maybe this idea of who you would want to be in romantic connection with, you may have doubted if this person was even out there, if you would ever find this person, if your expectations are too high. But I feel like even if you have that thought, you kind of go back to like, no, my expectations aren't that high. It's just like there's nobody out here, kind of that feeling. And I also feel like for some of you, it might feel like, in addition to feel like you're dating all the wrong people, it could feel sometimes like you're dating the same person or the same type of person over and over and over again. And like you're looking for something new. Like this desert energy is kind of giving me the feeling almost of even hoping or praying for something new, for some new attitude, some new connection to just like spring up out of nowhere, because you just feel like you're caught in a cycle of getting the same old, and it's like your needs aren't met. And you kind of, I just feel like from you guys that you know what you deserve, but then you like can find yourself doubting if it's out there. Now, I keep hearing lack of information in terms of drought. So for some of you, this is about an existing connection. This is about either a connection that you are currently in, or maybe one that has broken off and that you hope to rekindle. This could be a connection that is in separation. Desert energy really does give me that vibe of like there might be some sort of problem with communication. There might have been a little hiccup when it comes to communication, and there could be some distance between the two of you, and you're not really sure if you're going to make it through this rough patch, or if you're ever going to get the information that you need, if this person will open up and communicate in the way that you need. So this does give me a feeling of distance, which could be physical or it could be emotional, but it's giving me kind of that vibe of like somebody who's walking through the hot desert and they can't see the end. Like there is no end in sight. They don't know if they'll ever make it through. They don't know if they'll ever find a source of water, a source of sustenance again, because all they can see for so far ahead and in every direction is just more and more desert. So there could be kind of a sense of doubt here, and I feel like that's the energy that is consistent. No matter what phase it is that you're in, there's some element of maybe doubt or scarcity when it comes to understanding what's going on, or feeling like you have all of the pieces of the puzzle. So that's kind of the energy that we are starting out with. I feel like for a lot of you there might be a lack of communication or a lack of direction, so this feeling of being lost that's present when it comes to your love life. Most of all, this card really brings about a sense of discomfort, I will say that. So it is kind of making me feel like there's some sort of evolution that's taking place, something is changing, and this is showing up, and this is coming across as actually a sign of encouragement. Your guides wanted to definitely touch on some of the the doubts and the thoughts. I almost I combined that into dots, which is now making me think of connecting the dots. So I think that might be what your guides are trying to do here. They're trying to help you connect the dots when it comes to any kind of lack of information or any kind of doubts that creep up about your romantic life or about your connection with a particular person. They want to acknowledge like where you are with this and the thoughts that you've had, but also help you to fill in some of those gaps and give you a little bit of encouragement to hold on to your ideals, to hold on to your vision for love or your vision for this connection in particular, because on the other side of this dry spell, whatever that means to you, but basically once you make it through this desert, there's actually a lot of abundance waiting for you, is how this is coming through. So I want to dive a little bit deeper into this desert energy. I just noticed the Temperance card, and that card actually showed up in reading 1. It just jumped out at me as I was shuffling. So Temperance is always kind of a message of patience, of balance and harmony, and sometimes achieving that balance and harmony takes patience. So that could be a message for some of you in terms of maybe the patience that you're needing to display when it comes to figuring out what's going on in your love life. This could be patience that you already even have displayed in an existing connection. So it might be something that's taking a little while. Like I was saying, when we're in the middle of the desert, it feels like there's no end in sight. Of course, the desert does end at some point, but it can feel like there is no end in sight. So we have card 2, the High Priestess, to kind of clarify this desert energy. This is about your intuition, you guys. Like I was saying, your guides want to encourage you. And then the star card falls out. The star card is the ultimate form of encouragement. We have the 9 of Pentacles. at the bottom of the deck. This is about abundance. Really all of the messages that were kind of coming through intuitively are being reiterated by these cards, which I'm very glad of because it gives us confirmation and we kind of know we're on the right track here. The Nine of Pentacles is about having it all. It's about really enjoying things, like enjoying the pleasures of life. Sometimes these can be solo pursuits or solo pleasures. And with that desert energy and that drought energy, it could have felt like you're kind of on your own. This would be a little encouragement to even enjoy those moments where it feels like this isn't going anywhere or feels like you might have to do this all alone. Enjoy those moments and finding like a little bit of hopeful energy and encouragement. It's like there's a lot of other stuff for you to enjoy in life, even if you're waiting for this one last piece. And I think your guides want you to focus on that. But they're offering you so much encouragement. So this really tells me that this cycle is probably on its way out for you. This feeling of being alone or not knowing which direction to go, being kind of lost, feeling like you don't know what's next for you. This feeling is coming to an end. And with this High Priestess energy, it's really the energy of that right there, what I just did. I couldn't even describe it without doing it, because I can almost feel the tension. I can feel like wanting something to happen, wanting to hear from someone, or wanting a situation to unfold in a way that's like positive for you. And it's really great because this is on the horizon for you with all of these encouraging messages. But this is also like the High Priestess is kind of a receptive energy. This is the energy of going with your intuition and then believing it, like believing that it will be true, holding firm to that vision. And we were talking about that. We were talking about really this desert card being a form of encouragement for you to hold on to your vision and hold on to your ideals, because there is an end in sight. There really is an end in sight. I kind of lost my train of thought with something else that I wanted to point out, but overall, I think that this is about maybe not knowing how close you are to reaching the forest that lies right outside of that desert. So even though if you look all around, it's like, I don't know how this is going to turn out. I don't have any clear answers or direction here. It's like you're almost there, and there really couldn't be any more encouragement than this. So that's the energy I was picking up on with the desert card. This isn't to say that what's ahead for you is a drought and more drought and just dry and desolate and horrible. That's not what this is at all. This is encouragement that even if it feels that way sometimes, even if it feels like you don't have the answers, you don't have the direction, you're alone, that you need to be in this High Priestess energy, because the High Priestess believes in her vision. She sits back and she allows the universe to let it unfold. And that's the energy that you need to be in, especially with that Nine of Pentacles that was at the bottom of the deck. It's like, enjoy the little moments right now. Enjoy even the not so little moments right now, while all of this is unfolding, because there's a lot of stuff to enjoy. There's a lot to be thankful for. Not blow your cards around. I'm feeling really good about this. I'm feeling so good about this. The desert card could like have a different vibe, but no, it has a very encouraging feeling, and I felt strongly that your guides really wanted to touch on what might have been going on for you, or what kind of thoughts might creep in for you sometimes. Almost to lay some of that to rest, like to let you know and to reassure you that things are unfolding for you really beautifully. So you just had a bunch of cards come out. Okay, 3, maybe that's not so much. Okay, we have the 5 of Cups, the 5 of Swords, and the Devil. Oh, okay. Interesting. 2 5s, a whole bunch of change, which is what we're talking about. something is changing. Two of Wands, and bottom of the deck energy, we have the King of Wands. Something's definitely changing for you, and some of this might be a change in attitude, a change in mindset, and just feeling more encouraged that something's going to work out for you when it comes to love and romance. Wow, okay. I guess we'll begin with this Five of Cups, because the Five of Cups, I feel like your guys' reading is going to go a different way than what the other, like how the other readings have gone, because I'm already wanting to clarify some of this energy. For some reason, it's really important for your guides to touch on what has happened for you in the past, and they actually opened up the reading with that kind of energy, and I'm still seeing it. So I'm seeing kind of this energy of walking away from something, of feeling a sense of loss or regret, feeling abandoned in some way, that's that desert energy, that feeling of being alone. And like there being some kind of conflict, whether this is internal conflict or external conflict, and this could show up in many different ways. If this is a relationship that's like, you're not getting the information that you need, or you're not getting what you need from this relationship, you're not really sure which way to go, that's showing up with this Five of Swords. So I feel like this is, again, a lot of what you have been experiencing, or what your fears are when it comes to love and romance. A lot of things that you might need to let go of. I'm going to clarify a little bit. I want to clarify the Five of Cups. I see some of the new energy that's coming in for you. With this Devil energy, I feel that this new person, or this person that is on your mind, is somebody that you do feel an attachment to, or that you will feel an attachment to. Capricorn energy here, Aquarius, Cancer energy with the High Priestess. Okay, let's clarify the Five of Cups. Four of Swords. I feel like you guys, a lot of you might be walking away from something. So might be a lot in that energy of closing out a cycle, moving on to the next phase. Because this Four of Swords is taking me into a place of deep contemplation. So this is either past energy or this is current. This could be something that you had to do in order to move forward with your romantic life. Finding maybe the need to walk away from a situation. Six of Cups at the bottom of the deck. This could be somebody that you have a history with. Somebody that you've been together like since childhood, or you've known this person since childhood. Someone you have a lot of memories with. There's a lot of thought here. It just feels like there's a lot of thought about whether or not to walk away from something. And that's probably because of this desert energy. That's probably because of feeling hopeless sometimes, wanting to walk away. Let's clarify this Five of Swords. What's going on with the Five of Swords? You guys, it's about your intuition. My eyes keep going back to that High Priestess. So this is about using your intuition about this, whatever this connection is, or about your love life in general, doing what feels right and remaining in a very hopeful energy, even if you feel really in the desert energy. Like even if you feel very deserted, very abandoned, like it's a drought or that kind of energy, trusting. So we have the Page of Pentacles clarifying the Five of Swords. That's something new. So For so many of you, I feel like this is about you walking away from a situation and into something new, into something that's satisfying. And this could even be something that you, like, that took a lot of planning, that took a lot of resourcefulness on your part, but it's like, it's allowing you to welcome in something new. The message that keeps coming through is, let the lesson be your blessing type of energy here. Whatever you learned from this, even if this was something that happened in the past, whatever you learned from this, you're carrying forward into a new connection, a new relationship, or a new understanding of your romantic life and your romantic connection. We have the Lovers at the bottom of the deck right now, so definitely welcoming in something new, but maybe having to step away from something in order to do it, even if that's an idea or change your mind about something. For some of you, there's some kind of work connection that keeps showing up. You might meet this person through work or be introduced by co-workers or something like that. Meet this person at work. There's a new romance on the horizon here for you, or a renewed romance, and kind of the need to trust your intuition about this. So this is interesting. I want to clarify the Devil, because I want to know if that's past or present energy for you. What's going on with this Devil? Alrighty. I thought that might happen. That was actually really weird, because I was like, I think this might be current energy. This might be the, like, what you're welcoming in. And like, if that Lover's card that was at the bottom of the deck before, if that would come out, that would really clarify that. And it's the Lover's card. So this is actually your current energy. This is about, wow, you guys. You're welcoming in a beautiful partnership. Even if this is something that's old and that's being renewed, we were talking about that Six of Cups energy. So this might be like kind of the revitalization of an old partnership. For those of you that resonates, some of you, you're not interested in something like that, but if you are, it could be that. It seems like something that's taken a lot of contemplation for you. It's taken, maybe you even taking a time out, pulling back a little bit, maybe doing some kind of shadow work or something. I feel like for a lot of you, the work that you do and what you, like, the reason you might have pulled away from a situation is simply to go within and to like reestablish your vision and your intuition when it comes to this situation. So it's like almost like this feeling of you're in the desert and it's really scary when you look around and you don't see anything. Like, you don't see any buildings, you don't see a tree, you don't see water, you don't see help of any sort. You feel like you're just kind of out there alone. That can kind of get in our heads, but it's like you do hold on to this idea of how this is going to play out for you, and this might be concerning a particular relationship, and you may have even had to pull back to kind of reestablish your connection with your own inner knowing when it comes to this, so that the desert doesn't scare you, so that the drought doesn't scare you, so that you can realize that you're approaching the end of this cycle. Wow, okay. Let's look at this King of Wands. I think this feels to me like this new energy, or this renewed energy. So we have Gemini here with the Lovers. We already talked about Capricorn, Aquarius. Strong Earth energy, Taurus, Virgo, and Capricorn again. Seven of Cups with this King of Wands. So with the King of Wands, Leo, Sagittarius, Aries energy. Sagittarius, for some reason, just intuitively is jumping out to me, but take that as it resonates. We have the Seven of Cups. So I feel like there's been a lot of choices regarding this person, or there will be a lot of choices. There's a lot there's the Strength card. Okay, I'm laughing because your guides are funny, and because they just kind of clicked something for me. So the Seven of Cups can talk about illusions, and what that made me think of was a mirage. Like in the desert, you're seeing the illusion of maybe a person standing off in the distance, or a big body of water or something like that. And it can be very confusing when you're out in the desert and you're seeing these mirages. It's disorienting. It can cause a lot of confusion. So this Seven of Cups is making me think that there might be circumstances that arise that make you really have to think, make you have to contemplate what's going on here, not letting you kind of slip away from this vision that you've had. Because again, I'm drawn back to this High Priestess energy. So whatever this is that you know is right for you, or this vision that you're holding about your romantic life, there are going to be times, or there have been times already, where illusion can take over, and where you really have to tap into that intuition so that you don't fall into the trap of illusion. So I feel like for a lot of you, this is regarding a specific person, this King of Wands. This person could be a fire sign. Like I said, Sagittarius energy coming through pretty strong for this. They don't have to be a fire sign. In fact, I'm really drawn to this bird too. That could be an indication of them being an air sign, or crows or ravens being significant in this connection. But I just feel like when it comes to this connection, there is the need to hold on to a vision, hold on to the potential that was shown there. The Strength card at the bottom of the deck, really indicating that for me, that like to remain strong, to remain firm in this vision. And this is a person who's very strong and committed. I feel like even if the information has been lacking at times, this person is willing to go the distance and is committed with the Strength card. I'm going to clarify the Two of Wands. Why is this Two of Wands here? Seven of Wands. Yeah, so potentially like a little bit of a protected energy, or a defensive energy coming through. And I feel like you've had to remain firm when it comes to the plan, and maybe defend it a little bit. Maybe even defend yourself. It's actually coming through like kind of odd. So there might be this need to remain firm to a vision and commitment. And I feel like this is present again with the Seven of Wands, the Two of Wands. There was some kind of plan, and it might need you to pull away and to like refocus on this intuitive knowing, to not be confused by the illusions in the desert, to know that you're almost there. Let's pull some romance angels and see what's going on. There's so many messages for you. Sometimes I feel like we should do an extended, because this reading has taken on a little bit of a different form. Very soon. You see that? That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about. The desert doesn't go on forever, and it feels almost like you guys have been traveling through this desert for the longest time, and like there's almost the feeling of wanting to give up. That's too many. But giving up right now feels like you'd be giving up right before you reach the end. Like if you turned back around, you would have to go all the way back through the desert, and you're almost to the end. Make the effort. So great love is worth taking the steps you're guided to take. Back to that feeling of intuition. You've been guided to take these steps. Wow. Okay. You had, this could be the one coming out, and also finances and career came out, and we were talking with the Page of Pentacles about there could be some sort of work connection with this person, so I want to take that card as well. With this Lover's energy, I feel like a lot of you might have a connection in mind. If you don't have a particular connection in mind, it could be that you have the idea of a connection, like how you want this to be, in mind. And like you feel like you're holding on and trying to protect this vision. And it's totally worth doing that. Like, it's worth this effort that you're putting in, because you're attracting in a great love. So let's pull some oracles for you. Temple of Mary. We had this come out in another reading. Card 31. So this is about emotional expression, playful innocence. This can really talk about when you come into connection with this person, how emotionally available this person is, which is kind of the feeling I get from these lovers, because, I mean, look how this is such an intense lovers card. Look how they're looking at each other. Like, the emotion is right there on the surface. They are definitely expressing how they feel. I also, again, with that energy underneath there of the devil, this is somebody that you will be highly connected with. You will feel very connected with this person. And there's a lot of attraction and temptation there. I feel like that's where that devil energy is coming from, especially with this card and all that hot, fiery, red energy behind them. There's a lot of attraction. And we have energy attachments. Interesting. We were just talking about the devil, that can talk about attachments. So energy exchange. I feel like that's what this is about for you in this case. I feel like this is about an exchange of energy, an exchange of thoughts, an exchange of emotions. Very deeply connected energy I'm getting from this. Definitely worth the wait. I'll just say, for some of you where that resonates, if this is like something you waited a long time for, definitely worth the wait. Soul families. This could be a soulmate type of connection for you. This feels like calling in a member of your tribe, having a partner, having that deep connection. Okay, sorry you guys. My camera cut out in the middle of shuffling. So your card just flew out. It's take a break. So this is that Four of Swords energy, and this is really, to me, about recentering your focus and getting back to that intuitive place, getting back into that High Priestess energy and into that energy of allowing, just letting this happen, letting this unfold for you. Because it is about you establishing that vision, but then it's also about you allowing it to unfold. So sometimes just pulling back a little bit. That's what that message is. So let's end your reading with some initials. We have Y. Oh my gosh. I feel like this is actually asking why, like, to remember your why when we're talking about remaining in that place of vision, to remember why you're doing this. Because when you're in the middle of the desert, you do have to kind of tap into, this is why, like, I'm going through all of this for this reason, for this vision. And I feel like there's a message coming through with that. But again, these can be initials. We have R, we have D. This person might be a doctor. We have F, E. I'm hearing Dre now. J, C, S, and U. So, I like to look to see if we can spell anything. One thing that's jumping out to me is red, R-E-D. So there might be some connection with the color red, or someone's name being similar to a color. This could be somebody with red hair, or someone whose favorite color is red, or they wear a lot of red, or something like that. What else do I see here? We talked about knowing your why, and we talked about with the DR, this person might be a doctor, and I heard the name Dre. I also see Fred. So Fred, Freddie, Frederick, something like that. Could be significant. So yeah, just take a minute to like look at the initials, because these might mean something to you, jump out at you in some particular way, or these could be letters to keep in mind. They might be significant and an indication of something that will happen in the future. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there. Thank you so much for hanging out with me and letting me read your cards. If you liked this reading, if you resonated with any of these messages, don't forget to hit the like button, leave me a comment down below, and hit subscribe if you feel like it. And hopefully I will see you again in another reading really soon. Bye!